whenever I'm turning cross grain, I have a tendency to have it tear out on me. In other words, the blank is, it's turning this way. Well, I guess the way you're looking at it, it'd be turning the other way, but you get the idea. The tool, no matter how sharp it is catching on the grain the wrong way. I'm going to demonstrate with another piece of wood here what I'm talking about. Here I have a piece of scrap mahogany. You can clearly see that the grain is running this way. That's the way it runs generally on a pen blank. But on these blanks, it's running this way. So what happens is, and I'll try and demonstrate here. So I suppose now this is not going to work because I'm trying to show you, but the tool will catch on the end and will pull it out instead of cutting it off. You see that? Even though I did use the cactus juice process, it's probably still going to tear out on me. So I was thinking, if I was to sand the whole thing down, instead of using a tool, like the scraper, which I probably would do, I'd probably have a lot better luck. Now, I've never completely sanded down a blank before, all the way, 100% from start to finish. So this is going to be a first, and it may not work. Now, you may have seen me do something like this before, and the idea is pretty obvious. I'm going to be turning this while this spins. And being as it's going to be really noisy once the dust collector gets going, you won't be able to hear me do any talking. Now that might be a bonus, because sometimes I think I talk way too much. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to have to go really easy. Even though I'm sanding, there's still a chance that I could damage this. I'm going to take it down until I'm probably about, an eighth of an inch, maybe a little closer, to the bushings. You notice I've got the bushings on here. Anyway, get the dust collector going, and we'll see what happens. Well, that seemed to work okay. Now if I can do the other one down to about the same amount, I might have gone a little closer than I had originally intended, but that's okay. Then I'll do the rest of the sanding when it's on the lathe. Anyway, I'm pleased with this first one. Now I've accidentally touched the bushing in here. Guess I wasn't being careful, but fortunately I didn't take the bushing down where it counts, and it counts right up against the blank. So what I've got here now is 120 grit. I'm going to try and very carefully go down. In other words, I'm using this as my scraper, I guess you'd say. And I think it'll help me to get it into more of a perfect round than if I was to try and use a piece of sandpaper as a belt, if you know what I mean, the way I normally do it, because it's going to have a tendency to jump in and out and in and out, and kind of hard to explain what I'm thinking. This end here, boy, I got to be careful I don't go down too much here. It's pretty small already. Anyway, I think if I'm careful, Get this adjusted just right here. Should be able to rest my drill on it. And yeah, I think that'll be okay if I'm careful. So I'm wondering how come I'm seeing so much sawdust in the air here. And then I realized I turned on the dust collector, but I forgot to hook up the hose. What I was afraid of happening is happening, and that is that where the sandpaper rubs against the end grain being much harder than the side grain, it's not being taken down as much. And in other words, I'm ending up with pieces that are just a little bit oblong here. Now I've got this overpowering desire to try and true it up with the scraper, but I don't know if I dare, unless maybe if I sharpen my scraper and go very, very gently, I can sort of true it up a little bit, and then use 400 grit and then 600 grit, and then we'll use the polish. Now before I attempt what could be a disaster here, I want to reinforce everything with the CA glue. And I guess I can leave this one on. I'll just make sure I get these bushings right later. Okay, now I do realize that it will change the color instantly, but after I get the wax on, my experience has been that it all becomes the same color again anyway. So now I don't want to get too much on here. I'm going to be busy cleaning up my brass tubes for a day. Now I had fully intended to show you the CA glue being put on, but it didn't work out. The reason it didn't work out is because I got my record and stop mixed up on the camera. And so I was stopped when I thought I was recording. And this is a little bit tight here. I didn't clean that out too good. Anyway, I think you understand what happened there. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah, that's better. Oh, wrong way. Okay. I think we're ready to court disaster here. You know, I'm not having very good luck here. I got the bushings in the right order, but I just noticed I got the blanks the wrong way around. This one's supposed to go the other way. Okay. Let me double check on that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. The smallest bushing goes out that way. Second smallest goes there. That's right. Now, okay, this has to go this way. Then, the largest bushing, second to the largest, and this way. Okay, now we've got it right. Now my intent is to just do it out here at the ends, not go across, just at the ends. It doesn't matter if further in it's slightly oblong, that won't be noticed. But where it's up against the pen parts, that's where you're going to notice it, and that's my hope here is I can just very carefully just round it over here. And I think it'll work because the CA glue did penetrate up into the ends a little bit. Well, we're soon going to know. Well, I was lucky. Okay, I've gone up to and including 800 grit. A little bit of a ridge there. I think it's going to be okay. We'll do the wax thing now and see what happens. You can see it's a little bit uneven. Well, I'll do that about 3 or 4 more times, and we'll see what we've got. Well, I've said it before, tomorrow we press.